You must be so pleased with the comfortable 2-0 win over a hard-working Farnborough side, but eventually broken down in the end.
Yeah, I think that's a good summary. We we were disappointed to come in 0-0 at half time because we've created at least 6 or 7 great chances without really their keeper having to make a great save, but lots of crosses coming in, which is what we asked the players for today. And obviously Dan Fletcher had 3 or 4 opportunities, and other weeks they've been going in for him, but I thought Ricky Wellard was outstanding in that first half. Not only did he get 2 or 3 shots off the diag balls that he played into Fletcher, you can tell they've played together before. So from that point of view, we said to the lads at half time, make sure you're patient. I don't think Farnborough really threatened too much going forward. And second half again, it was pretty much one-way traffic, and I think our goal summed it up. We still had to have 4 goal line clearances before it fell back to Betsy to score. Delighted for Jamie White as well, get back from injury and get his goal, another well taken goal, and it was a fairly comfortable 2-0 win in the end.
Is it something you've worked on in training, the movement with Wellard and Fitchett?
Well, I think they worked on it at Salisbury together in training. Listen, one of the things you look at when you're signing players is are there other partnerships they've had in the past, and it's Ricky Wellard and Jamie White and Ricky Wellard and obviously now Dan Fletcher. So that certainly helps the players, in terms of being on the pitch together.
How much are these new signings giving the whole squad a boost? On a fantastic run of form now.
Yeah, massively so. And it does help to bring 3 or 4 fresh players in. We did it last Christmas and it worked for us. Didn't particularly want to do it this year, but obviously it's well documented the troubles we've had this year with injuries, and we had to bring 3 or 4 in for numbers as much as anything else, but also they're good players. And what's nice now is that other players are back in form, which is important. And then you've got the likes of Dale Binns and Lewis John coming back, to start playing their part as well. So, it's coming together nicely.
Now Sutton are moving quite a bit clear of the relegation zone. Where do you want to see yourselves being at the end of the season?
No different at the start of the season. I want us to be as high up in the league as we can. We aim for the playoffs. I believe there's 1, if not 2 spaces left to keep challenging for. We're going to have to go on one of our super, 10 match winning runs again. But we've done it the last 2 or 3 seasons, and the way the side's set up at the moment, we've got more people coming back from injury. Kevin Amanqua's not too far away. Callum Hart might be only a couple of weeks away. So all of a sudden, we're starting to get a squad back that you feel could challenge most weeks. And the way we're going to play is we must win games. We're playing catch up, so there won't be. I hope there's not too many draws because we're going to try and win every game.
You must be really pleased with the pace you got with Wishart and Wellard on either flanks.
Yeah, certainly Dan Wishart's got pace, and obviously with Binsey as well. But I mean, Ricky's not got pace. What Ricky's got is very quick feet, and he's very difficult to stop when he's in flow. And again, he's been injured and struggled this year with injury. But I think the club are beginning to see the best of him now. He was always a good quality player. He just needs to get his fitness right.
The game against Concord next week, how do you see that one going? It's going to be a tough game down there. We're now close in the table from today's results.
I think it's one of our toughest games. Danny Cowley's a manager that I respect greatly. I mean, he does it on a reduced budget in comparison to the rest of us, and his teams are always very, very well organised. And they're a strong side. They've got a certain way of playing which works for them. But mixing amongst that, don't be surprised. They have got 3 or 4 real quality players as well. Stokes up front is a handful. So I just said to the boys in there, I think that whilst we've had Havant away and Hemel away, I think Concord away could be one of our toughest games. So, we want a good week in training now. Hopefully, get everyone keep them fit, and we go to Concord, I think in a good vein of form.
You must be really pleased with Collins Cooper, really developing a good centre back partnership. They really handled the 2 Farnborough strikers well today.
Yeah, and you're talking about Theophanus, who's a top striker at this level. Scores goals week in, week out. I don't think you really got a look in today. But Jamie Collins has come in, and it is about partnerships. You're right, and I think Collins and Cooper together look a very solid partnership. But I've got to actually give special praise to Dan Wishart because he's had to fill in at left back. We haven't been able to bring another left back in, and we've asked him to fill in, and I think he's done a fantastic job. And then in that last 15-20 when we push him further forward, he's then got great energy, and I think he put in 4 or 5 crosses in that last 15 minutes. And we've had to be patient, with Dale Binns, and we've had to be patient with Callum Hart. So, as I said, our options have been to the point where Dan's had to fill in. He's done it and not complained, and I think he deserves a lot of credit.
And also, he must have great depth with Damien Scannell, who's going to be hopefully coming back soon. With the crosses coming in the service, but the strikers must be so pleased with the service they're getting as well into the box.
Yeah, again, I don't want to keep harping on about it, but I mean, Damo's come back, and straight away we scored 2 goals against Ebbsfleet from decent crosses, and we've got Wishart and Bin, so there is competition. Shaquille, of course, came back in today and did well. So, I do like my teams to have width. I do like crosses coming in the box, and like you said, finally, in February, we're going to start to have some competition for the places, and that can only be good.
Thank you very much for talking to you.
Right, Tom, you're welcome.